Lionel Messi back out for the second half. Again, there was speculation, first of all, whether he would start or play at all tonight, then whether he might just play the first half. But clearly he's going to play longer than that. How much longer, we'll see. Emi Martinez made a massive save in the first half, one-on-one against Jeremy Sarmiento to keep it scoreless at the time. Give Argentina the platform to withstand that slow start. And eventually work themselves in front. Referee Andres Matonde blows his whistle. Off we go again in the second half. Can Argentina consolidate their advantage and move on to the semifinals and continue to defend their title? Or can Ecuador come back and spring a big upset? And they had a chance down that right side. It rebounds off Kendry Paez. An early goal kick for Argentina. And again, Felix Sanchez has to be happy with a lot of what he saw in that first half from his team. They couldn't take advantage of that sequence of chances that they created early on. And Lionel Scaloni knows his side started slowly, but he'll be delighted with how they're finding a way so far. And they'd love an early goal in this second half to settle things, of course. Messi's first touch of the half. It was taken away eventually by Caicedo after it was deflected by Paez. It's a good turn by Sarmiento. Hincapié. This whole left side for Ecuador was great in the first half. But again, you switch off for one moment from a set piece against the defending champions and you get punished, and that's what happened to Ecuador. So you see the reset of everybody on the pitch for both sides at the start of this second half. He's faced criticism back in Ecuador, Felix Sanchez. Some fans and pundits back in Ecuador are not happy with how he's set this side up to play. A lot of expectation, the most that Ecuador has ever faced with this young and very talented squad. No longer content to just make up the numbers in South American football, Ecuador. They believe they can challenge for major honors. Tough draw here, getting Argentina in the quarterfinals. Still in this, early in the second half. Oh, big shouts from the far side from Ecuador looking for a foul. Referee uninterested in those. We go on. Now the whistle is blown. It's a free kick for Argentina. Fernandez. Clear foul on Caicedo, but he was upset about the earlier contact moments before. This was Preciado coming together with Tagliafico. Tackled away by Felix Torres. All the way back for Alexander Dominguez. This might be his last shot at a major tournament, Dominguez. 37 years old. He'd be 39 by the time the World Cup comes around, if indeed Ecuador qualify for it. And again, Dominguez has been getting better with age. Ecuadorian observers say he's been playing the best of his career so far. So maybe he will make it to that World Cup if his side are able to be there. On the edge of the area, this is swept away. And a foul against Lautaro Martinez. Even though Argentina fans will be feeling better about their side, now having the lead, just a one-goal advantage. And again, if Ecuador were able to find that equalizing goal, all of a sudden you'd start thinking about penalty kicks again, because we would not have extra time if we were level after 90. Not in the quarterfinals, not in the semifinal, not until the final. The next goal, always crucial in knockout football, but especially right now. hopeful ball forward. Argentina able to read that, steered toward Lautaro Martinez, took a deft touch. Now flagged down by Hincapié, immediately was swarmed by Rodrigo de Paul. Ecuador do well, though. Alan Franco. 5 minutes into the second half, Ecuador again have started the half well. Caicedo. Caicedo still. Forward for Valencia. Tried to get himself turned. He had a man running off the ball. Couldn't feed it to him. Play goes on, though. Down the left, there's space for Sarmiento. Edge of the area. Sarmiento switching to his left foot. Now Valencia tried to take it off him. They got in each other's way. Miscommunication, but they're able to hunt it down again. No. Free kick Argentina. Foul given against Carlos Gruezo. Ecuador incensed. The studs were up on Messi. See Caicedo. Was a high follow-through from Christian Romero a moment ago. That was why Caicedo went down. And Romero did kick the ball before following through on Caicedo. I think that's what referee Andres Matande is saying in response to protests from the Ecuadorian players. Of course, just because you get the ball doesn't mean it can't be a foul, doesn't mean it can't be a serious infraction. In Matande's view, that was incidental and accidental, not worth any further action. VAR, of course, can review that if they choose. Has again been a bit of a slow start in this second half for Argentina, just as it was in the first. They still haven't conceded a goal in this tournament yet. Canada had a few really good chances in that first game. Chile had a couple late in that second game that was 0-0 for a long time before Lautaro Martinez won it in the 88th. Even Peru had a couple opportunities. They hit the inside of the post late in their game. That Argentine goal has not been scored on so far here at Copa America 2024. Moises Caicedo needing treatment for quite a long time after getting kicked on that follow-through by Romero. Just to show you how solid that central defense has been for Argentina. Christian Romero playing the first two games in that group phase. He was rested in the third game against Peru, but in those first two games, he contested 15 tackles and he won 14 of them. So while Lionel Messi gets most of the headlines, and deservedly so in many cases, it's that steal in the midfield and that central defense pairing, along with Emi Martinez in goal, that has given Argentina that solid platform for players like Messi to flourish at the other end over the last few years. That was what they didn't reliably have for a long time. Another look at the contact between Romero and Caicedo. You see the appeals for a VAR review from Ener Valencia. Just a free kick for Argentina, which Emi Martinez will launch forward. Launches it right into the box where it's taken down, and the turn and strike by Lautaro Martinez skids wide. It's not a bad set piece. That's what it turned into. Martinez able to ping it into that opposing box. Great back-to-goal play by Martinez, able to take it down and get turned. Not quite able to wrap all the way around it. Most assumed at the start of the tournament that Julian Alvarez would be the starter up top with Messi throughout this Copa America, but Lautaro Martinez left Lionel Scaloni with no choice after scoring twice off the bench in the first 2 games, then scoring 2 when starting, ostensibly just to give Alvarez a rest in that last group game. But 4 goals in 3 games. He's been hot. He's forced his way back into the starting 11. Wonderful first touch there. Tried to backheel it to Messi. Here come Ecuador through the lines. Enter Valencia trying to get around the edge, but Romero takes it away. But then he scuffs his clearance, and it's out for a corner. It looked like Romero had the situation in hand, but it will be a set piece for Ecuador. Just their 3rd corner. They create something from it. Caicedo skids it in low near post. It volleys out. It's another corner. Or is it? Where's the referee pointing out? Looked like he initially pointed toward the corner. Now he does, yes. 2nd consecutive corner for Ecuador. Andres Matande refereed in the Copa Libertadores for many years. As shouts for handball from Ecuador. But those have been quickly checked. Nothing there, says VAR. On we go. Another corner. This one lifted in on goal. Fairly simple catch for Emi Martinez. And Rodrigo de Paul down in the goal mouth. In a big battle with Alan Franco by the penalty spot. Now, the ball did graze Enzo Fernandez's left arm. And VAR determining that the arm was in a natural position. Lisandro Martinez in the 35th minute, one of those central defenders for Argentina, scoring from a corner. That's the difference. So we've played nearly an hour in Houston. Valencia. Between a bunch of blue and white stripes, somehow able to keep it. Now this is Hincapié, taken away. Back to his goalkeeper from Lisandro Martinez. Protected by Valencia. Very scrappy moment right now. Caicedo able to flick it around the corner. Sarmiento by the end line. It's out for another corner. Again, Lisandro Martinez had to hustle over and put it out before Sarmiento charged through. 3 corners in the last few minutes for Ecuador as they turn up the pressure again. Can they make that pressure pay? Can they produce end product? Can they produce a goal? Caicedo in low, near post, took a deflection. Referee points to the spot. It's a penalty for Ecuador. The handball was given this time. Argentina protest. It will be looked at, of course. Let's see. Now it comes off DePaul's knee and volleys up onto his arm. Did it come off the Ecuadorian player first? I thought it came off DePaul's leg from that first angle. Second angle looked like it came straight off the attacker. Of course, DePaul saying, my arms are tucked to my body. Where else are they supposed to be? Kendry Paez took the penalty and scored it against Jamaica, just 17 years old, but it looks like Ener Valencia is demanding the ball this time. Remember, Paez is only 17, and he just turned 17 a couple months ago. And instead, it's going to be the veteran Valencia placing the ball on the spot. Felix Sanchez can't watch. Martinez being talked to by the referee. It looks like this has been checked, and it appears that it has stood. DePaul still arguing, still pleading his case, but it's in vain. And it is going to be Ener Valencia. 41 career goals for the 34-year-old. His 88th game for his country. Plays in Brazil for Internacional, trying to haunt Argentina at Copa America. Valencia against Emi Martinez. Pressure is big. And he missed. Off the post. Second ball deflected. Side netting. It stays out. It stays 1-0 Argentina. What do we have now? Valencia sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Did Martinez come off his line early? Yeah, I think it's been checked. He did not come off the line early. That was what was initially called by referee Andres Matande. He was calling for a retake, but you could see the replay there. That back foot was still on the line. And Ener Valencia, having sent him the wrong way, just pulled it wide off the foot of the post. Second ball stayed out as well. Just scuffed it. Didn't connect cleanly with it. Trying to roll it calmly into that corner. An inch too far. Emi Martinez, as usual, celebrating wildly. Says it all from Felix Sanchez. Game not over yet, but was that the moment that the quarterfinal was lost for Ecuador? Will they get a better chance than that to equalize? Missed a couple wonderful chances in the first half. Now they miss a penalty in the second half. It has hardly been a vintage performance from Argentina. Not that their fans care at the moment. This long ball over the top. Might be a chance for Nicolas Gonzalez to create something here. He's looking for a corner. He gets one. This will be just the second of the match for Argentina, but they scored the goal from their first one in the 35th minute. And for Ener Valencia, this has to be agonizing. Here comes Julian Alvarez to replace Lautaro Martinez, the first change of the night for either side. So after 4 goals in the 3 group games for Lautaro Martinez, held off the score sheet today. And And Julian Alvarez, who is now in a bit of a goal drought himself. It had been Martinez who was mired in a slump with Argentina for a long time. Now it's the other way around. Alvarez hasn't scored in his last 15 appearances for Argentina since the World Cup semifinal against Croatia. Lionel Messi over this corner. See Argentina stacking those shirts up on top of the penalty spot. Messi's outswinger. Top of the 6, headed away. De Paul. This will be chased after by the end line, but it will roll out for a goal kick. 65 minutes gone, 25 minutes remaining. Alvarez on the pitch for Argentina. How long does Felix Sanchez wait to make any changes? Has to be tough for him because I think he has to love a lot of the things that his side had done, a lot of the things that the 11 players on the pitch have done for 65 minutes, but it's not showing on the scoreboard. That's a problem, especially when you're facing Argentina. At times it has been a nervous Argentina crowd in Houston tonight. They're in a good mood right now. Nahuel Molina taking this throw. Aiming for Messi. It was taken away by Caicedo. Swept back up by De Paul. Now Messi. Running at the back line, Lionel Messi shimmies to the inside, tried to lift it toward the penalty spot. Good touch. Tackled away from Tagliafico, clean back up to De Paul. De Paul lofts it for Messi. It reaches Messi. Lionel Messi straight at Alexander Dominguez. First shot of the night for Messi. It was poor defending from Ecuador to let it fall to him. They get away with it, and they have a free kick. Now the Messi chance as we enter the final quarter of this game. Another free kick for Ecuador. Lautaro Martinez has to watch the rest of the night. Quite a luxury for Lionel Scaloni in Argentina to have Lautaro and Julian Alvarez to choose from as Messi's strike partner. Alvarez, of course, plays for Manchester City. He's already won every club trophy there is to win at a young age. Champions League, European Super Cup, Club World Cup. Of course, he's won the FIFA World Cup as well. It was so key to Argentina's run to that title in 2022. It's a good tackle, won by Molina. And still down for Ecuador, that's Hincapié. And the referee stops play. Well, on second viewing, I'm not sure how much of the ball Molina actually got. That was more shin to shin than foot to ball. Here's the moment, a moment ago. It just looped over the head of Torres and fell right to Messi. Here was the penalty miss by Ener Valencia. Did everything right until the finish. Emi Martinez, who so often goes the correct way, so good at getting in takers' heads and then reading which way they're going. Not that time, but it still stays out. And Argentina still have not been scored on in this tournament. Good persistence in the middle of the park. And it breaks down for Ecuador, and Messi is on the charge the other way. And Messi making that space for himself. Messi flicking it. Alvarez got it stuck under his feet for a moment. Keeps it moving for DePaul. DePaul toward the back post, flicked away. Enzo Fernandez up for it. Argentina throw into the final 20 minutes. Chested down by Alvarez. Now Ener Valencia. He's the only man up for Ecuador. They're getting themselves pinned deep now. This is where Argentina can wear you down late in the game. Still no changes made by Felix Sanchez for over 70 minutes. DePaul said he was tugged back. Referee agrees. Andres Matande awards the free kick. Yeah, just a little drag back from Hincapié. Lionel Messi over the free kick, as you'd expect. That 9-day layoff between games seems to have done Messi an enormous amount of good. He's looked great tonight, after being clearly hampered by a leg problem in that second group game against Chile. In from Messi. Flick to the top of the area. Scuffed again. And now Valencia tries to break. And Ener Valencia is on the run. Well, hanging up on this turf. Valencia keeps possession. Lays it off for Paez. Caicedo now. Bodies joining the attack for Ecuador as they chase this equalizer. Hincapié lifts it toward the backside. Goes over everyone. Hunted down by Preciado. Preciado lifts it back to the mix. Here's Valencia. It wouldn't sit down for him, and it's cleared away. Not Ener Valencia's night so far. Still time for Ecuador. Ecuador fans outnumbered, but chanting "Si se puede." And their team certainly still believed that. Trailing to a 35th minute goal from Lisandro Martinez. From open play, they have been Argentina's equal tonight. Preciado was fouled. Ecuador in a hurry now. Lionel Scaloni wants his troops to get forward. Wants them to press the ball, especially Julian Alvarez. Now the Argentina chant. Ecuador have not beaten Argentina in 16 previous Copa America meetings. They don't necessarily have to win this game outright. They'd settle for an equalizing goal and to take this to penalties. Although they'd still have to get by Emi Martinez in those if they were to get that far. But trailing 1-0 with 16 minutes to go, you'd still take your chances on that as an underdog. This is tackled away and won back. Good work again from Sarmiento. Just 22 years old. He's had a great night. Now Caicedo. Franco trying to lift it around the corner. Preciado goes tumbling, clutching his face. And now the referee stops play. And a yellow card is out for Caicedo. It was DePaul also down for Argentina. How high exactly did that forearm get from Nicolas Gonzalez? It was hard to tell from that angle. Caicedo penalized for a foul on DePaul at the end of the play. Final 15 minutes. Caicedo just the second player booked tonight, along with Ener Valencia. A change has been made now for Ecuador. It's Sarmiento off, along with Kendry Paez. Alan Minda and Kevin Rodriguez come on. Minda scored a brilliant goal on the counterattack against Jamaica in their second group stage game to put that one away in a 3-1 victory. Kevin Rodriguez, a forward, so you would assume that they'll go with two up top for the rest of this game. Kevin Rodriguez plays his club ball in Belgium. He scored one goal for Ecuador. This is his 16th appearance for them. Minda's goal against Jamaica was his first in Ecuador colors. Just his 7th appearance now. Also plays in Belgium. You saw Argentina are getting ready to make a change of their own. That ball left a little bit short. And this time Preciado is rewarded with a foul. And it is a yellow card to Nicolas Gonzalez. First of the night for Argentina. There was the yellow card for Caicedo when he bumped into DePaul. It is a double change for Argentina. Nicolas Otamendi and Giovanni Lo Celso coming on. Lisandro Martinez, the goal scorer, comes off. See who else is coming off for La Albiceleste. It is Enzo Fernandez, the other to make way. So Lo Celso will go into the midfield. Otamendi slots in at center back alongside Christian Romero. Two substitutions remaining for Lionel Scaloni. Nicolas Otamendi, 36 years old, very experienced guy to bring on to try to shore things up late. Now between the lines. Almost fell for Ecuador there, but not quite. It's the first chance for Kevin Rodriguez. See this massive crowd in Houston. Mostly here to see Argentina and Messi. It's been Lisandro Martinez's goal, a center back, separating the two teams so far tonight. That and the missed penalty by Ener Valencia, who hunted that ball down, but was offside in the process. Now two more changes for Ecuador. Carlos Gruezo off, so is Ener Valencia. John Yeboah and Angel Mena come on. See Valencia's distress. John Yeboah just his 6th appearance for Ecuador. He's already scored twice. He plays in Poland. Angel Mena, this is his 60th time appearing for Ecuador. He plays for Club Leon in Mexico. This is headed back, and Dominguez can take. It's a hard-working night for Ener Valencia. That penalty miss will haunt him unless Ecuador can turn this around late. Final 10 minutes. Argentina edging closer to the Copa America semifinals despite not their best performance tonight. Get up, says the referee to Rodrigo de Paul. And what a wonderful turn, accelerating through the middle of the park. And bundled over for a late free kick for Ecuador. Yeboah, just on a couple minutes ago, draws a dangerous set piece. And a yellow card for Tagliafico. Look at this take and turn. And then the motor from Yeboah. Not a bad yellow to take for Tagliafico. That's a veteran's yellow. Professional foul. He wasn't going to let Yeboah through. Still a nice distance for a free kick. Mena is around it. So is Alan Minda. 14 and 15 for Ecuador. Minda and Mena. Emi Martinez setting his wall. It's going to be struck with the left. It's into the wall. Second ball still alive for Ecuador. Back for Franco. Has to recycle it all the way to midfield. Disappointing for Ecuador in the end. And whistle stops play. Argentina were away on the counter as Julian Alvarez had dispossessed his man. They had a man down behind the play, and they're furious that Andres Matande didn't play advantage. There may have been concern about head contact from Matande. It's Christian Romero on the deck for Argentina. It was Mena who took the free kick. Definitely was not head contact, although still very painful looking. Unfortunate for Argentina because Julian Alvarez was gone. Well, expected goals certainly don't tell the whole story of a game. Sometimes they're interesting to look at just as an anecdote. And it is indicative of how Ecuador have played very well against Argentina tonight. Their expected goals about 1.4 to Argentina's 0.8. So Ecuador shading the game, you could say, statistically. Doesn't matter, of course. Argentina have the goal. That's what matters. They have a lead with just a handful of minutes left. Ecuador have played very well, just haven't been able to produce the final finish. They're running out of time to do so. Alvarez protects the ball, lifts it over the top. Messi lurking for it. Messi tries to head it down. It's Messi on it now. Messi wanted the return ball. Lo Celso dwelt on it for a little bit. Paul, did he keep it in play? Now it's out. It is a throw for Argentina. That'll do for them. Molina in no hurry to track that ball down. Return to him. Looked like it came off him last. It is an Ecuador throw, and they're in a hurry to take it. The referee wants Hincapié to move back. Is there a late twist for Ecuador? Can Argentina see this out? See their way to another semifinal? That's not good from Ecuador's standpoint. 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Felix Sanchez trying to urge his side to a late push. DePaul boots it forward. This falls to Messi. Flying kick from Molina. This is an Argentina throw. Put out by William Pacho. Molina launches it down the line. Clock continues to melt for Ecuador. They're about to make their last change of the night. It's Jordi Caicedo to come on. Not yet, though. This goes over Alvarez. It'll be a goal kick. First, that last change. Alan Franco makes way. Felix Sanchez has played all his cards now. Jordi Caicedo plays for Atlas in Liga MX in Mexico. 3 goals for Ecuador. 17th cap tonight. Launched forward, edge of the area, touched away by DePaul. Only as far as Hincapié. There's DePaul in the way again. There's Lo Celso. Now DePaul. Argentina so dangerous on these late counters. There's Messi getting his body in the way, taking the contact, winning the free kick. So good at managing a game, Lionel Messi, especially when he's not 100%. Knows when to lay his body on the line, when not to. Just a few minutes left and his side nursing a 1-goal lead in this quarterfinal. That was the time. Allowing them to take more time off the clock. Remember, Emi Martinez pinged one all the way into the other box that led to a chance for Lautaro Martinez earlier. Lifts this one to the edge of the area. Don't win the first ball this time. Second ball falls to McAllister, then it's taken away from him. And Ecuador have players up the pitch. Argentina racing their way back into position, and there is McAllister doing exactly that, breaking up the play as he does so many times. And those are the little moments and why Argentina have won titles. Seems like a little thing, but it's massive. Forward from Ecuador, top of the area. It's flicked back, bodies tumbling. Martinez can pounce. And Argentina can breathe. Otamendi down. He was battling for position with Jordi Caicedo. Did get his arm stepped on. It's the 115th appearance in an Argentina shirt for Nico Otamendi. Alexander Dominguez, we're into the final minute of the 90. How much more will we have beyond that? That Flick goes backward for Argentina. Chance now for Ecuador. It's Caicedo. Caicedo scuffs it high into the side netting. And it comes to nothing for Latry. Will they get another chance tonight? Jordi Caicedo just on a few minutes ago. It was a slip at the back by Argentina, and they were scrambling. Kevin Rodriguez wanted it pulled back to the penalty spot. Fourth official about to show the amount of stoppage time we will have. And it is 5 minutes. Five more minutes for Argentina to manage, see their way into the semifinals. 5 more minutes for Ecuador to grab a late equalizer and force penalties. It's an Ecuador throw. Argentina shouting for a free kick. Messi was taken down. They fell. We go on. Progress was made and a free kick was won by Angel Mena. They take it quickly. Argentina still have a man down. Ecuador don't have to wait. They don't. Argentina playing a man light. It's swung into the area. It's flicked on. It's in. An equalizer for Ecuador in stoppage time. John Yeboah at the death to give Ecuador new life. It's 1-1. The man went down for Argentina. Ecuador got on with it, and they played against 10, and it paid off. It's onside. Now that second ball wasn't touched. It's going to stand. It was Yeboah with the ball in. And it was Rodriguez with the flick on. The assist to Yeboah, the goal for Kevin Rodriguez. And Felix Sanchez celebrates. And immediately motions for his team to keep their heads. It is being checked. The only thing that could wipe this goal off is if they determine that Jordi Caicedo was somehow interfering with play when that ball left Kevin Rodriguez's head. Caicedo was in an offside position. He was stretching for it. Would that be enough for them to deem that he was interfering? We have seen goals chalked off for those marginal interfering from an offside position calls in various leagues and competitions over the last couple of years. He starts to stretch for it, kind of pulls back, Jordi Caicedo. It's Rodriguez making the contact. Emi Martinez, I don't think was getting there either way. Andres Matande saying, well, what do you want me to do? It's out of my hands now. A nervous wait for 72,000 inside NRG Stadium. Ecuador fans praying this gets confirmed. Argentina fans praying it gets wiped out. Of course, the longer this goes on, the more nervous Ecuador will get. The more Argentina will hope that there are reasons being found to overturn it. Again, it is close. It did certainly appear that Caicedo is in an offside position. Was he, by the letter of the law, interfering with the play? Goal confirmed. It is 1-1. I think it's the right call. Caicedo isn't making contact with it. Martinez wasn't going to get there. And Ecuador back from the dead. And we're minutes away from penalties now, unless one of these sides can find a late winner. That was a long VAR check, so who knows how much stoppage time we're going to have now. We're on 95 minutes. That goal was scored at about 91 minutes. So we should have another 4 minutes or so. Ecuador want to win it right now. They're down the right side. They're into the area. From the end line. Pulled across. It's out. It's a goal kick. It came off Angel Mena last. Molina was substituted out for Gonzalo Montiel, and I think that's for penalties. Montiel, remember, scored a couple key penalty kicks, including the World Cup winner during those World Cup knockouts 2 years ago in Qatar. They have to get there first, and it's Ecuador looking likelier to win this. Before that, back for Martinez. Had to play it off the deck. It's stabbed back forward. Man in an offside position for Ecuador. He tags up. Wonderful first touch from Caicedo. Caicedo now by the end line. Caicedo across. It's knotted wide. What a chance. They could have won it right there. Alone in front of the penalty spot. Jordi Caicedo. You understand the reaction. Well, a few minutes ago, it were Ecuador praying for penalties. Now it's Argentina. Yeah, another man down. Play is stopped. Argentina have made all of their substitutions. That was Nicolas Gonzalez, who looked like he was grabbing the back of his leg. Never a great sign. Launched forward again by Ecuador. Argentina having trouble dealing with these long balls. Handball given that time against Ecuador. And there's the final whistle, and we will go to penalties in this Copa America quarterfinal. Kevin Rodriguez with the stoppage time equalizer for Ecuador. It finishes Argentina 1, Ecuador 1. It will be decided from the penalty spot, 5 kicks each, at least. Emi Martinez will have a chance to play a big role at the end. So will Alexander Dominguez for Ecuador. Enner Valencia missed a penalty in normal time. Won't be able to take one now because he's off, having been substituted. And again, Ecuador would have gladly taken this at the start of the night. They certainly would have taken it when the clock ticked over 90 minutes. Emiliano Martinez has been so good on these penalty shootouts over the last few years. He won a semifinal shootout in 2021, help Argentina to that final where they would beat Brazil, of course. He won 2 penalty shootouts in the World Cup in 2022 against Holland. Made a couple saves there. And of course, that legendary performance in the shootout against France. it could end right here for Argentina. Looking to form a dynasty over 2 Copa Americas and a World Cup. Something only Spain have been able to replicate lately. They, of course, winning the Euros in 2008 and 2012, around the World Cup in 2010. Argentina, Copa America in 2021, the World Cup in 2022. The odds-on favorites by a lot at the start of this competition and at the start of these knockout rounds. To win another this year, they have been pushed to the brink by Ecuador, who were great tonight. And for a long time, it looked like they weren't going to get the payoff. And they still might not. Argentina may very well still find a way in this penalty shootout, as they have so many times recently. But huge credit to Ecuador. Regarded as their most talented team ever. Mostly very young. And they have a chance to do something legendary over the next few minutes. Felix Sanchez with the inspirational talk. So many different approaches from coaches to penalties. Some of them train them extensively, some hardly do it all. Some of them have very extensive and detailed lists before a knockout game of who would take if it were to get that far. Others prefer to just look in their players' eyes before a penalty shootout and make their decision from there. Whatever your approach as a coach, it all comes down to the players on the field and the 2 goalkeepers. Messi meets with Alexander Dominguez and referee Andres Matonde. It will be the coin toss to determine who decides which end it's taken from and who goes first. Again for Alexander Dominguez. He doesn't have many of these moments left, 37 years old. On a stage like this. This is perhaps his chance to etch his name into Copa America lore. Emi Martinez has already done that in this tournament and on the World Cup stage. It will be Argentina to take first. It will be Lionel Messi to take first. He took first and scored against the Netherlands in the World Cup quarterfinal in 2022. He took first and scored in the World Cup final against France. And both times he just strolled up laconically, waited for the goalkeeper to roll the wrong way and rolled it the opposite direction. What will he do now at 37 years old? 108 goals for Argentina in 185 appearances. Nothing left to achieve, nothing left to win, but he still wants more. And his team need him as they start this shootout. It is Lionel Messi, and he chipped it off the bar, onto the roof. He missed. Incredible. It was again the calm run-up and the clip, but this time he put too much underneath it. Instead of rolling it on the deck like he did twice in the World Cup, he clipped it up in the air and put too much air under it. Early advantage to Ecuador. Can they capitalize? It's Angel Mena to step up first for them. Argentina need Emi Martinez. Mena, saved by Martinez. He does it again. He read Mena like a book. Went the right way. It's at a comfortable height. Still a good save. Argentina right back in it. And now Julian Alvarez. Hasn't scored in his last 16 appearances. And scores here. Dominguez went the right way, but Alvarez put it perfectly in the top corner. 1-0 Argentina in the shootout. Can't take them much better than that. Anything less than perfect, and Dominguez would have saved it. Minda next for Ecuador. Scored against Jamaica from open play. Very different scenario here. Minda versus Martinez. Martinez again! Went right, saved it with his left, and then did the dance. And those in Albiceleste dancing along with him so far. 1-0 Argentina through 2 frames, and now Alexis McAllister. One of the underrated parts of this team's spine. And he slams it into the corner. 2-0 Argentina. The prayers were answered, at least from their standpoint. Another perfect penalty, side netting. Opened up his body and sent the keeper the wrong way. Well, it's not completely a must-make for Ecuador, but it basically is. And it's John Yeboah who steps up. He assisted their equalizing goal late, and he keeps them in it here. Great penalty. 2-1 after 3 frames. And it's almost too much for some. This time Martinez went the wrong way. Wouldn't have mattered. Gonzalo Montiel scored the World Cup winning penalty in 2022. Then he scored the Europa Cup winning penalty in 2023. And Montiel scores another one here. The penalty king put on right before the full-time whistle just to take that penalty. Rewards Lionel Scaloni for that decision. And Argentina are on the brink of the semifinal. And Lionel Messi, a very relieved man so far. Ecuador have to make this. It's basically triple match point for Argentina in tennis terms. They would have to miss their last. Ecuador would have to make their last 2 in order to force extra frames. Jordi Caicedo on as a late substitute. Caicedo has to score. He does. Just barely. Martinez got something on it, couldn't keep it out. 3-2. Felix Sanchez and his side, and that man, their hopes still alive by a thread. Let's see how close Emi Martinez came to getting this. Went the right way. It just came off the top of his left knee, didn't it? But now a chance to win it for Nico Otamendi, 36 years old. Second most senior member of this squad behind Lionel Messi. Otamendi to send them to the semifinals. He does! Argentina prevail. Pushed to the absolute brink by Ecuador, but the champions do enough. And they are on to the Copa America semifinals. Martinez is a shootout hero again, saving those first two penalties. Nicolas Otamendi, another who came on late. And Lionel Messi, relieved. It does not turn out like the 2016 final in the Copa America Centenario in the United States, where Messi missed early in that shootout and his teammates couldn't prevail. This time, they did. Otamendi slamming it into the corner. Another perfect penalty. Again, Dominguez went the right way, but couldn't do anything about it. Not reaching that. And even though Messi missed, Argentina's overall experience in these situations showed over the rest of the shootout. And Lionel Scaloni, a subdued celebration. Kiss planted forcefully on his cheek. He knows his team will have to improve a lot in the semifinal. But again, they made it work tonight. It's the mark of champions. They hope it's the mark of a future repeat champion. Heartbreak for Ecuador, who did so much tonight. Got the late equalizer that they probably deserved, and then they had the chance to win it late, and it was that man who had the chance. It's an agonizing end to the night for Jordi Caicedo, who missed that opportunity in the final minute of stoppage time, that free header on the penalty spot, and then had his penalty go in the shootout, but still not enough for his team. And this crowd of 72,000, mostly in Albiceleste, roaring their heroes on to the next round after having to sweat this one out. Ecuador will hope this is just the beginning for them. Such a young team, so much promise, so much talent that they are accumulating. Again, for Alexander Dominguez, I'm not sure how many more of these he'll have, and he knows it. A valiant effort by all of those in navy blue and gold tonight. And Felix Sanchez, again, has faced some criticism. Some fans not liking his style of play that he brought with him last year, but certainly had his team set up ideally tonight to frustrate the defending champs, to frustrate the world champions, and almost shock them on the Copa America stage. In just a moment, we'll hear from players on both teams. We'll see our final statistics and final match highlights before we say goodnight from Houston. It ended in 90 minutes tonight. Argentina won, Ecuador won. In the penalty shootout, it ended Argentina 4, Ecuador 2. Argentina to the semifinals.
cuando nadie lo creía. Tus palabras, por favor.
No, sí. Agradecerle a mi compañero, la verdad que hicimos un esfuerzo muy grande. Hoy demostramos que esta selección tiene para plantearse a cualquier rival. Estamos con el último campeón, no es fácil, y ustedes vieron cómo el equipo se